guys, welcome to the Craft Read channel. I'm Nandini and I'm here today to teach you how to create a slimline card using the beautiful 3D decoupage sheets by Craft Read. I will also give you some tips on how to use your regular stencils for slimline cards. So let's begin. What we are going to be creating today is a slimline card. So I have my card base, a cream colored paper that is 3.5 by 8.5 inches. This is pretty much the standard size for slimline cards, and I've scored it and kept it ready. And I've also cut this a circle, which I'm planning to put it like this. So this is the area on which we are going to be doing a 3D decoupage. I'll put these aside for now. The Craft Read supplies I'm going to be using is one of these two stencils. These are mixed media stencils, and the size is 4 inches by 8 inches. And I'll be using this. I'll also show you an easy way to extend the stencils. And finally, the 3D decoupage sheets, which are part of the new release. There are a lot of lovely floral images, and what I like about these new images is that you can just use half a sheet. So these will fit very well on your 5x7 cards or your slimline cards. And there are a lot of choices for them, very pretty ones. This is the one which I'm going to be using today. I'll be using this floral bunch. So I'll basically cut it off here and then put it to use. Let's just see how the sheets look like inside. So this is the main panel. You can either cut it out or you can just use it the way it is. And then these are the 3D shapes. This 3D motifs which you will cut out for this pattern, and these ones are meant for the second one. So I will just take this off camera now, do the fussy cutting, and then come back. This is a base image, and I am planning to stick this over the circle. So now what I'll do is I'll take the circle die, which I use to cut the circle, so that I get an idea of how I want the paper to be cut, and I will just arrange it on this, and I'll lightly draw a pencil line around the edge of the die. Then whatever areas are coming outside the circle, I will fussy cut them, and rest of it I will just cut along the . This is a circle on which I want to stick this. So now what I'm going to do is trace this line at the back. I traced this line here, and then I just use my bone folder to score a line. So I can eventually cut it off here and have my flower on the flap. I have trimmed the printed panel now. And now I'll take the base circle and apply some liquid glue to it. I'm just taking care that I don't apply any glue beyond the score line. Now I'll take the printed panel and I will align the scored line on the panel with the score line on the circle. And then just adjust the paper to layers a bit till the base circle is completely covered. Once that is done, I'll just press the paper hard to make sure that there are no air bubbles. Now I'll take my cutting mat and a craft knife. And using a metal scale, I will just trim the paper beyond the score line. So this is the base on which we are going to do our 3D decoupage. I will leave this to dry completely before continuing. Let's start with texturing the card base now. I have rounded the corners and I'm going to be using this stencil which is part of the new release. This is a mixed media stencil with a lovely texture to it. This is called a distressed swirls. Now this stencil measures 8 inches by 4 inches. So when we put it on a card, it is going to be slightly short, around half an inch, because our card base is basically 8.5 inches. So I will show you a way in which you can extend the stencil easily, which is especially easy on these kind of abstract stencils. So now what I'm going to do first is, I have a silicone mat underneath and I will just place the stencil. Now I'll start applying white texture paste with the help of a palette knife. The secret to getting a good texture is to apply a very even pressure. Don't press too much, otherwise your texture paste or paint, whatever you're applying, will seep under the stencil and you will not get nice crisp lines. Also avoid overworking areas where you've applied the paste already, because this tends to spoil the final texture that you will get. Now let's gently lift up our stencil and see how it looks. And there we have a very nice texture on the card. This is a very distressed and abstract kind of a stencil. So it looks really lovely. I'll leave this to dry completely and then I'll show you how you can extend the stencil and cover this blank area. Our background is dry now. Now what has happened is, since the stencil was short, there's a little bit of blank space here. It's very easy to take care of this. What I'll do is I'll keep the card base down. It is easy to extend a stencil which is basically a texture. All you need to do is align this bottom part with where the stenciling ends, so that you don't have too many gaps there. And there. Now I leave this to dry completely, and while that is drying, let's start with a 3D decoupage. I have finished fussy cutting my 3D decoupage pieces, and I like to just put the layer number behind each piece of paper so that I don't get mixed up. And now what I'm going to do is, I have a piece of fun foam and my ball tool, and I will go ahead and I will start shaping these. I have stamped the sentiment on this circular piece of paper, which actually I cut it with a die which was smaller than the die which I used for this panel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it here. This panel will come on top so that it covers the sentiment. So you get to see it when you flip the panel open. So now let's start by sticking this first. I'll just put some glue on the back flap. I'll just center this. Now I'll just leave this to dry and then we'll come back and start assembling the 3D decoupage. Let's start assembling a 3D decoupage panel now. So I have the double-sided tape, a scissors, and all the pieces which I have already fussy cut and shaped and kept ready. The 3D decoupage is done now and our card is almost ready. There is just one final touch that I'm going to add. So let's do that now. As my final finishing touch, I used some 3D liners in two shades and added little dots around the flower centers just to give it a little extra dimension and to enhance the look. I've used the glitter versions so that it also adds a bit of shimmer and shine to the whole project. And with that, this card is ready. I really hope you enjoyed the whole process and will give this wonderful art a try. All the details are there in my description box. Please do subscribe to the Craft Read channel if you haven't done so already, and don't forget to click on the little bell so that you don't miss out on any of the wonderful videos. Bye!